Hey y'all, I'm Lauren and welcome to Cantina Cast. Today I wanted to talk about the upcoming special edition of the Revenge of the Sith novelization that is coming out on October 14th. This is a re-release of the original Revenge of the Sith novelization by Matthew Stover. This is just putting it in a beautiful new packaging. The novelization of Revenge of the Sith is definitely one of my favorite Star Wars books, no doubt, and the movie Revenge of the Sith, it may even be my favorite Star Wars movie, honestly. Sometimes I kind of go back and forth about if Revenge of the Sith or Return of the Jedi is my favorite, but either way, it's one of the greats for me. So this edition was something I was really interested in. I do have the old hardcover of Revenge of the Sith, which I also really love, and that's another cherished edition for me. So I do think if you're a book collector, or if you like to collect special editions, or if you just really love Revenge of the Sith, you might be interested in this special edition. So the story of Revenge of the Sith that Matthew Stover wrote, that is still the same, but this new edition, it does include a lot of annotations from Matthew Stover. It has a new introduction, and then it also has some really cool artwork as well. It's the same story with some added bonus content and also some added artwork. So, just to kind of give you an idea of what to expect if you're thinking about purchasing this, I do want to say my only thing I'm not crazy about with this edition is the price point. I personally find it to be a little bit high, at least for me and my budget. It is, I believe it is marked at $60, but depending on where you get it from, you may be able to find it at a different price. It's hard to say. I mean, I feel like with books, sometimes you see a really big range of prices for the same book. So it's tagged at $60 on the edition. So I'm guessing wherever you find it would probably be somewhere in that ballpark. So that is something to keep in mind. But I did want to show you the physical edition and kind of show you it on camera so that way you can think about if this is something that you would want to spend that kind of money on. So it's kind of hard to see because it's so reflective, but the cover is like that really like high gloss plastic. This banner on the front, it does come off if you want it to. So the artwork underneath the dust jacket is so cool. I mean, iconic scene. You can't really get much more higher stakes than that. I love this scene so much. I love the landscape of Mustafar behind them, and it does wrap around the whole book. So you can kind of see it's like a whole spread. Anakin and Padme. I love this drawing. Yeah, I love it's kind of I don't know if I mean I'll hold it up to the camera, but it's like that kind of like rough rendering style. It's just so beautiful. The back art is also just incredible. You have him being put into the Vader suit for the first time. Really, really good choices with what scenes that they wanted to include in the artwork. Like I honestly couldn't think of like a better scene to include in that. And then we also have the sprayed edges, which read, "This is how it feels to be Anakin Skywalker forever." Iconic line from the book. And then we also have, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of annotations in the actual text as well. So there is some new written content. And then also on the dust jacket, I don't know if I really pointed this out, but the dust jacket has like a transparent element to it. So if you do keep the dust jacket on the book, you can still see part of the cover art behind the dust jacket. So yeah, I mean, they really did a great job with the detail that went into this and really making it special. I mean, it is a special edition. They really did a great job. It feels to me like the copy that I have feels very high quality. It feels like they put a lot of thought into it. I personally am really happy with this, but as I mentioned earlier, it's up to you if you feel like that price point is within your budget or not. For me, that's kind of a lot to pay for a book, to be totally honest. Just something to think about. You may be able to find it for cheaper. If so, then I think that's awesome. Looking at this edition and looking at all the artwork, it really makes me want to reread this novelization. It is one of those Star Wars books that really, really impacted the way that I view Revenge of the Sith, the way that I view Anakin and Vader, and just everything that happened. It also impacted how I view Palpatine in a way that the movie didn't quite get across for me. Like, for example, I feel like this book really sets up the fact that Palpatine was very, very charismatic and was really widely loved by a lot of people in a way that for me doesn't really quite come through in the movie. Like, in the movie, I'm kind of like, what is so great about this guy that he's so influential? But the way that the book describes it, it kind of made me rethink how I view Palpatine. And this book is full of moments like that. Also, as I have talked about in my videos many times, I am a Mace Windu fan and I am a Mace Windu apologist. And a lot of the reason for that is because of the way that he is described in this book. Even if the special edition doesn't seem like something you're interested in, I would recommend reading the novelization, even if you haven't read any of the other Star Wars novelizations. Revenge of the Sith is definitely worth it. It is really just such a phenomenal novelization, phenomenal story. I love Matthew Stover's take on it. I really can't say enough good things about it. So let me know in the comments if you are thinking about checking this edition out or if you've ever read Revenge of the Sith before, what you thought of it. And thanks so much for joining, y'all. I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.